Everyone tells you to get into crypto, but no one actually shows you how. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get into small cap altcoins or meme coins that are not readily available on centralized exchanges. Because by the time they get to centralized exchanges, it's typically too late. Just so you guys know that any of the platforms that I do mention throughout this video, I have no affiliation with, and I am not sponsored by any of them. These are just genuine platforms that I actually use on a day-to-day basis. What you've got to understand is that to get into meme coins and altcoins really early, you need to go through a decentralized environment instead of a centralized environment. So let's talk about what both of them mean. Number one, a centralized exchange is an exchange that is owned by a company. So when you onboard to their platform, you'll have to go through KYC and you will have to onboard and provide personal information. And then once you get on the platform, you have a plethora of different altcoins that you can buy, but you're restricted to the altcoins that they have specifically on the platform. KYC, also known as Know Your Customer. An example of a centralized exchange would be Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, BitGet. And the way that altcoins actually end up on the centralized exchange is by a project actually paying to be onboarded to the platform. So they may have a fee. Some fees can be as low as $25,000, upwards of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to get listed on a centralized exchange. And also there's certain rules that they have to match. It could be trading volume, for example, or how many users already own the token. That can be determined on which centralized exchange they get listed on. For example, if you want to get listed on a Coinbase, which is the #1 most regulated exchange in the world, you have to have a lot of volume and a lot of users. They don't just list any token. But by the time they get listed on really well-known exchanges like Coinbase, usually it's typically too late to get the astronomical gains that a lot of people are talking about on Twitter, whether it's a 10x, 50x, 100x, etc. So a way to get access to these altcoins early before they land on centralized exchange is through DeFi. And the way that you acquire these altcoins is through a decentralized exchange. For this example, I'm going to use the Solana blockchain, as the Solana blockchain is one of the most utilized blockchains this cycle, and it's also where a lot of meme coins are deployed. So when we're talking about a decentralized exchange, it could be the likes of Jupiter or Radium, which are both two decentralized exchanges that you can use on the Solana blockchain. They use an automated market making system. We can cover that in another session that's a little bit more advanced to understand how DEXs work. Now, to onboard to the Solana blockchain, the first thing you need to do is you need to download a software wallet. The most well-known software wallet is Phantom. This wallet you can download using a Chrome extension, and once you have the software wallet and you've loaded it up with Solana, so what you'll need to do is go to your centralized exchange, buy Solana, and then transfer the Solana to the Phantom wallet. This is so you can pay for the gas fees and any network fees that you need to pay for when you're doing any swaps and swapping in and out of different altcoins. This software wallet you have full custody over, so all of the assets within this software wallet you have ownership over. And that is because when you sign up for your wallet, you will need to go through a few steps to make sure that you have full custody over this wallet. Number one is when you download the wallet, you will be given a seed phrase. This seed phrase is a unique number of different words that represent your password, essentially, to get access to your private keys, which is essentially the access to your own wallet. You need to write this down. Please don't store it on your computer or on your iPhone notes. This needs to be written down, pen to paper, and put away. Please do not lose this, because for whatever reason, if your laptop gets stolen, for example, or you end up getting logged out and you can't remember your password, the seed phrase is what's going to give you access back to that wallet. You'll also be asked to create a password. When you're creating the password, make sure you don't use the same password that you've used for some of your social media accounts or your emails. Use a brand new password that you've never used before. This is just basic security. Once you get into the Phantom wallet, at the top you will be given your wallet address. This is so you can send cryptocurrency to that particular wallet. First thing you'll need to do, like I mentioned before, is fund it with Solana. Now, once you've funded your wallet, the next thing you need to do is actually find these meme coins or altcoins that you want to buy. What are the best platforms to go about researching meme coins? The number one platform that I personally use is called Dex Screener. Dex Screener is an all-encompassing platform where you can find trending meme coins and a lot of different types of altcoins in one place. Not only that, but when you find the meme coin that you like and would like to purchase, you can actually buy them on Dex Screener because it utilizes a third-party application where it connects to Jupiter's Decentralized Exchange. What you'll need to do is when you get onto Dex Screener and you find the meme coin that you want, you need to connect your wallet to Dex Screener, and then if you want to make a transfer, you can connect it to the Jupiter Decentralized Exchange and then do the swap within the platform. There are other platforms that you can also use. One of the other ones that I like to utilize is Photon. Very similar to how Dex Screener works, a Photon can execute different meme coin trades, and sometimes it's a lot easier to use, especially if there's a lot of volume, a lot of volatility for a particular meme coin. Photon actually is very good at buying and selling the meme coins. Another platform that I like to use is SolScan. If you're familiar with the Ethereum blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain's own platform is called Etherscan. So with SolScan, this is where you can actually track any transactions, also look at smart contract addresses for particular Solana cryptocurrencies. When you're evaluating different cryptocurrencies or meme coins, there's a few key things that you need to look at before you make a decision on whether you want to buy a particular altcoin. Number one being community engagement. Have a look on X, have a look on Discord, see how much activity and chatter there is around this particular altcoin. If there's not a lot of chatter going on about this altcoin, the likelihood is it's not going to perform. If there is a surge in activity surrounding this particular altcoin, then this could be a good opportunity to buy depending on the community engagement. Number two is the team credibility. It's a little bit harder with meme coins, but you can still look for this. If the team is credible, if they've launched other successful meme coins before or other altcoin projects that have been successful, then that could be a really good indication that this particular altcoin could be one that you would get into. One of the most important aspects to look at is tokenomics. You need to look at total supply, holder distribution, and also whether the mint authority is revoked. This is to prevent unlimited token creation. Also have a look inside of the smart contract. Look at auditing platforms that you can utilize to see if this cryptocurrency is actually legitimate or not. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that can disable buys and sells. They can also increase taxes. This is typically a big red flag when it comes to altcoins and meme coins, if the altcoin can do this. Now, how do you avoid potential meme coin scams or rug pulls? There's a few things that you can look at. Number one is verifying the contract address. One of the main issues is that meme coins have a lot of copycats, so you need to make sure that the contract address is verified. Usually you can go on platforms like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and they typically have the contract address on the left-hand side, and you can copy and paste it to make sure that you're buying the correct altcoin. Secondly, you can go on their social media. Typically they have the contract address in their bio or somewhere on their social media so you can verify the contract. Please don't buy a meme coin that is not the correct contract address. 99.99% of the time, it's going to be a rug pull. Also have a look at the dev team. So make sure the development wallets aren't selling off a bunch of their cryptocurrency. This typically means that it's likely going to be a rug pull, or the dev team abandons the meme coin completely. That's also a big red flag. Also check if the liquidity pool is locked or burned. This can be an indication as well. Locked meaning how much of the supply is actually locked that they can't get access to, and also what's the percentage of the altcoin that gets burnt over time. This could be due to fees and transactions. Also be cautious of pre-sales, especially when it comes to meme coins. A lot of these don't plan out very well, or they abandon the project before they even launch. A lot of this is a big red flag. I just avoid pre-sales altogether. Okay, so without using Dex Screener, how do you trade and buy meme coins or altcoins that you can't buy on centralized exchanges right now? You can utilize two different platforms, one being Jupiter or Radium. Technically, you can still use other platforms like Orca, but these are the two that I've personally used and recommend. You'll need to head over to their official websites, which will be radium.io or jupe.ag. Once you get on the platform, you'll be asked to connect your wallet. Connect your wallet to the platform, find the correct contract address, and what I like to do is actually personally search and paste the contract address into the search bar, and it will come up with the correct meme coin that you want to trade. Click swap, make sure the slippage is anywhere between 1 to 3%. Sometimes with meme coins you may need to increase the slippage depending on how much volume there is. One being, if it's a brand new meme coin, there might not be enough volume, so you might need to increase the slippage. But if it's a relatively well-known meme coin, 1 to 3% is fine. That'll likely be the reason why a lot of your trades may not execute. It will be probably to do with the slippage. And then all you need to do is swap your Solana to the meme coin, and it will go automatically into your wallet once the trade is executed, and they will take a network fee, which on Solana is pennies. Now, what other tools and strategies can you use to trade meme coins and altcoins? Number one is trading bots. Trading bots are typically used to increase trading efficiency. So this is a bot that you can use to actually get access to meme coins really, really early. There's a couple of trading bots you can use, one being Banana Gun, and these are typically based on Telegram. Now, there's a caveat to this and there's a risk to this. When you're utilizing trading bots, you're actually handing your funds over to a third-party application. So if that trading bot decides to rug or go under, or there's financial issues, then there is a likelihood that you may lose your money. That's why I personally don't use trading bots. But that's just another option for you if you want to have a little bit better trade efficiency. Another thing you can look at is launch pads. A lot of you will be aware of Pump Fun. There's also another one called Moonshot that you can get access to. This allows you to get into meme coins at actual launch, which is the earliest time in which you can get into a meme coin unless it's a pre-sale. This can plan out very well, but also very bad at the same time, depending on what meme coins you are investing in. So just be very careful utilizing these platforms. And as Pump Fun and Moonshot have become more and more adopted, there is hundreds of thousands of meme coins that are getting deployed every single day. So it's a lot harder to pick which ones are actually going to perform. Now, I want to talk about managing risks and taxes. Number one, if you're going into these high-risk altcoins, if you're getting access to altcoins that are not on centralized exchanges or meme coins, it means that this is the highest risks altcoins that you can get into. Just be aware that this is an insanely high risk strategy, and it's actually not something that I would recommend. If you are going to be doing this, then you need to make sure that you only risk what you're willing to lose. An extremely small percentage of your portfolio should be utilized to buy really early altcoins and meme coins. I'm talking 1-2% of the portfolio. Another thing that you can do is use stop loss strategies. A lot of people got really burnt when the casino blew up because they didn't have stop loss strategies, and now they're down 80 to 90% on their portfolio. So making sure that with especially meme coins, you have a stop loss strategy and you have an exit strategy when it comes to meme coins, and just make sure you're not holding the bag, because the likelihood is a lot of these meme coins actually don't come back. Another thing is just avoid FOMO. I know that there's a lot of meme coins out there that have done 100x's, 200x's, but it's understanding that it's an extremely small percentage of altcoins that actually do that. So don't let your emotions take over, and don't FOMO into anything just because someone told you to. The next thing is obviously security. Double check your contract addresses. Make sure your wallet is secure. Don't click on any weird links. Don't claim any airdrops. Don't invest in any altcoins that are talking about astronomical returns. It's likely a scam. Also, trading meme coins and altcoins does have tax implications, so make sure you have something like CoinLedger that is tracking your trades. Especially when it comes to meme coins and smaller altcoins, we're more prone to trading, as in day trading these types of meme coins. These aren't long-term spot holds necessarily, so just making sure that you have those trades tracked, especially when it comes to tax season. A lot of what we've talked about in this video is exactly what we go through in my coaching program called the Inner Circle. We talked about the high risk meme coins, the casino plays, what percentage of your portfolio you should look at for utilizing this strategy. Also, how to de-risk the portfolio if you're overexposed in meme coins and AI agents and high risk altcoins. If this is something you feel like you need help with your portfolio, then make sure you go and click the link down below and apply for the Inner Circle, where I can become your mentor and help you through the crypto markets, especially as Bitcoin is now breaking 100K and is about to break new all-time highs. We're ready for the next leg up of the bull market, so it's really important that you have your strategy sorted. That's it for today's video, guys, and I'll catch you guys in